Oh, there you are, YouTube. What movies are we going to pick out today in today's random ranking? Going to go ahead and go to my movie collection behind me here and pick out 3 movies at random. Maybe close my eyes for a few of those grabs. And then we're going to rank those movies based on a variety of criteria. My collection has become so sparse that I can't quite reach all the movies. There we go. I got movies all around me from previous random rankings. As you can see, these are right here. What I'm talking about getting sparse. They're not filled in there. So let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Oh darn it, I haven't seen one of these. Okay. I have not seen the new Vacation film, so we're gonna pull this one out and replace it with whatever this movie is. Officer and a Gentleman. Classic. My mom always loved that one. Okay, so first movie, Officer and a Gentleman. Like I said, my mom likes this movie. Has that classic ending. You know, Richard Gere swoops her up, walks her out, and which song is it playing? Or which song is playing? Love lift us up while we belong. Is it that one? If I remember right, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's probably been again around 10 years since I've seen it. I feel like I'm always saying it's been 10 years since I've seen it because been married for what, like 7 years ish. And when I was in college, and growing up, it was just like, TV was mine and watched anything and everything constantly. But now I'm, sharing with a wife and kids, so, you can't just watch anything and everything anymore. But yeah, it's probably been about 10 years since I've seen this, but it's a good film. Lou Gossett Jr., where's he at? Right here, won an Oscar for this role. I don't know what other nominations this movie had gotten, but yeah, Lou Gossett won, supporting actor. Also, we have Kevin Smith's Red State. I thought this was an interesting film. It was very slow. I remember feeling like it could have been quicker, but I really loved this one moment near the end. Should I just go ahead and spoil part of it? When you start hearing these, so spoilers, these horns or whatever. And I don't know, how much of this movie should I describe right now? So you have this religious group that's waiting for Jesus to come back, and when Jesus comes back, you're going to hear trumpets and stuff in the sky, and you have John Goodman over here who's like, you guys are crazy, this is not going to happen. And they're all preparing for war and rapture and battle and all that sort of stuff. And basically, everybody's like, you're nuts. And then you start hearing these horns going off, and it's like, oh my goodness, is like you're watching this movie and it has a very strong realism to it. And then that happens, and you're like is Jesus coming back? Are we going to see that in this movie? What the heck is going on? And John Goodman, I think, is even, if I remember right, is thinking the same thing. Wait, were they right? Is Jesus coming back? And it turns out it's just like a like a tornado alarm sort of thing. I can't remember why it's sounding off, what the purpose of it was, but it stays in a sense of realism. It's Jesus isn't coming back or anything in this movie, but it stopped me in my tracks. I mean, I wasn't walking around, but I was like, what? This movie is taking a turn. And I feel like that's what John Goodman thought. My life is taking a turn. This is strange. But yeah, I thought this was interesting. I thought it was really slow. But it was kind of cool to see Kevin Smith make something like this. So yeah, this was an interesting movie. Next, we have Do the Right Thing with Spike Lee's signature. Had the chance to meet him, got him to sign this. That was really cool. I saw this film at the 25th anniversary screening at Roger Ebert's film festival, Ebertfest, and Spike was there, did a Q&A. I had got to hang out with him a little bit at the end of the Q&A, which was awesome. And yeah, talked about this movie. Just talked about Hollywood in general, and it was a really cool experience. So, ranking these movies. All good, I would say. Classic, right here. This is like a classic movie that should have won Best Picture, but didn't, and it lost to Driving Miss Daisy, which, is an okay film, but it's like, I guess it's what you would call Oscar bait. People would call it Oscar bait. I think that term has kind of lost its meaning a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know. King's Speech is kind of Oscar baity, so I guess that's like the most recent example that I can think of. Actually, Green Book is Oscar bait, but it's like, I don't know. That movie just kind of seemed outdated, like when it came out. I don't know, but this is the more artsy film when compared to Driving Miss Daisy, right? This one's like pushing cinema forward in the way it's shot, the way it's filmed. It's more avant-garde, I guess. I don't know, style. I mean, that's probably not the right word, but it's just has a more artistic level to it than Driving Miss Daisy. Driving Miss Daisy is very classic filmmaking, but the score is pretty cool. The that was kind of like a Jack Black impression from the movie The Holiday that I just did there. But quality movie, probably should have won Best Picture over Driving Miss Daisy, I would say. And then here, the classic that grew up watching my mom watch. So what do I do here? Like a film that has really pushed cinema forward and like launched a career for Spike Lee, which I just, that's awesome. Plus it's a signed DVD, Criterion Collection. So all of those things, like the bit of physical media, the movie itself, my experience meeting Spike Lee, so many things are telling me to put this first. This movie, again, I just remember freezing. Like, what? What is happening? This is amazing. But I also think this is like really long, like too long, to where I'm just kind of like the Michael Parks stuff. And I feel like it fits his character. Like he's a pastor for this church, and he just like keeps going and going and going, and it's like, wow, this is awesome. I'm watching Michael Parks, but then it's like, could we wrap it up? But it also makes so much sense for this culture that he is, and these people that he's leading, that he would do something like that. So while it slows down the movie, it totally makes sense for the movie, sort of thing. But I just remember thinking, I don't know, does it really need to go on this long? I was getting a little bored there, Michael. And then, I don't know, like this one I just have a lot of fond memories of my mom liking. So yeah, what do I do here? I think I'm gonna go, this is number one. And then, then maybe Officer and a Gentleman. I don't know. I just have a lot of love for that movie. And then Red State, because it just kind of went on too long. Even though that twist that really didn't end up being a twist was so cool. But I think this is what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah. I think so. Yep. Do the Right Thing, Officer and a Gentleman, and Red State. That is my ranking. Have you seen these movies? If so, what do you think of each one? A lot of them actually caused controversy, I would say. This, I think, was a controversial film. This was a controversial film. I don't know if there's controversy behind this, but maybe. Probably in some facet, facet of the internet, I'm sure. So yeah, I'm just curious to know what everybody thinks. And how would you rank these if you've seen all three of them? If you've seen all three of these movies, how would you rank them? I think that's interesting also. So, on that note, perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.